Resident Evil Requiem, the long-awaited horror resurrection, 10,000 character monologue. There are moments in gaming history where everything changes, not with a roar, but with a whisper. The creak of an old door, the flicker of a hallway light, a shaky breath in the dark. In June 2025, during Summer Game Fest, Capcom didn't just release a trailer, they resurrected fear. With Resident Evil Requiem, the 9th mainline entry in the franchise, they've brought horror back to its throne, and longtime fans were finally being heard. We've begged, pleaded, screamed into forums and Reddit threads for one thing: a true return to survival horror. The claustrophobia, the puzzles, the monsters that didn't just chase you, they changed you. And now, like a match struck in a pitch-black room, that old flame flickers back to life. Enter Grace Ashcroft. No military background, no secret virus powers, no tank top badassery. Just a woman, strapped to a gurney, hanging upside down in a sterile nightmare. It's here we begin, where the story doesn't yell, but whispers, where the terror doesn't come from what's seen, but what's felt. She escapes, slowly, quietly. There are no guns, no loud tutorials, just an IV tube, a flickering lighter, and your heartbeat syncing with hers. The atmosphere, deliciously oppressive. You're not navigating a level, you're surviving a space that's alive with tension. Every breath Grace takes, every corner she peers around, is a masterclass in how Resident Evil used to feel. The environment is deceptively simple: locked doors with strange symbols, fuse boxes without power, and silence broken only by distant thuds and your own nerves unraveling. Yet, within that simplicity lies Capcom's brilliance. The horror isn't told, it's lived. You're not waiting for a boss fight, you're begging not to meet anything at all. And then it comes, the creature. It's not a zombie. It's not a bioweapon with a name you can pronounce. It's a malformed nightmare, wide, unblinking eyes, and a maw that doesn't just open, it devours. You don't fight it, you run. You slam doors behind you. You pray it doesn't hear you breathing. And just like that, you remember what true survival horror means. Capcom didn't just tease us with a return to form, they delivered. There's no rocket launcher behind a painting, no QuickTime events. There's only you, your wit, and your will to live. And in those moments, when Grace stifles a scream or injects herself with a syringe after being bitten, you are her. But just when you think that's all they've brought to the table, Capcom flips the script again. Mid-demo, mid-breath, a pause. A menu opens, one option, switch view. And there it is, third-person perspective. We screamed. The room screamed. Because for years, fans have been divided. The first-person modern era of RE7 and Village praised for its immersive horror. The third-person remakes of RE2 and RE4 loved for their cinematic tension. Never the two shall meet. Until now. Resident Evil Requiem gives you the power to choose, to play your horror the way you feel it best. Want claustrophobic dread with a narrow field of view? Go first person. Want to peek around corners? Feel the tension of the camera behind Grace's shoulder? Third person's your mode. Capcom isn't just acknowledging its legacy, it's fusing it. This is no reboot, no remake. This is Resident Evil, rebuilt with reverence and risk. They aren't just taking us back, they're pulling us forward. And Grace Ashcroft isn't just another protagonist, she's a mirror, reflecting our fear, our uncertainty, our hope. She isn't Leon or Jill, she isn't shooting down monsters with quips. She's surviving. She's human, she bleeds, she breathes. And because of that, we believe. The tone of Requiem isn't gothic like Village or action-heavy like RE6. It's quiet, clinical. It feels like a dream you can't wake up from, a sterile experiment in fear. From its setting to its soundtrack, or lack thereof, Every element is curated to remind you, this is horror, this is survival, this is Resident Evil. And let's not forget the pacing. No open-world bloat, no filler objectives, just you, a lighter, and a sense of urgency that's never spelled out, but always present. It's the kind of design that respects your intelligence and your pulse. The puzzles are back too, and they're meaningful. Not just find the red key card, but explore, think, risk. Every solution feels earned. Every unlocked door feels a small victory. Every dark hallway is a dare. And while combat isn't front and center yet, it's coming. Capcom has hinted there will be weapons, eventually. But the fact that this reveal chose to focus on survival over shooting tells us everything. This isn't about power fantasies, it's about fear realism. The survival horror genre has been through hell. I mean, just look at what's happened the last decade. Bloated sequels, microtransactions, AI companions holding your hand like a babysitter. But Requiem, it rips out the noise. It brings back the silence. It lets horror breathe again. Grace's story isn't just about escape, it's about the why. Who is she? Why is she here? What kind of facility was this? Is she part of something darker or just another pawn? These are the questions that keep us hooked, even when the creature isn't chasing us. And that creature, God help us. If that was the intro enemy, what comes later? The best part? We haven't seen everything, not even close. We haven't touched the full combat system. We haven't met supporting characters. We haven't felt the second act twist. And knowing Capcom's love for secret bosses, unlockable paths, and twisted lore, we're only scratching the surface. Resident Evil Requiem is a gift, a correction, a vision. It's not just what we wanted, it's what we needed. So here's my plea to the industry. Let this be the blueprint. Let this be the benchmark. Horror doesn't need to scream to be heard. It doesn't need to explode to leave a mark. Sometimes it just needs to breathe. And to Capcom, you brought us fear, and you made us love it again. Thank you. To the fans, charge your controllers, dim the lights, because when Resident Evil Requiem drops in February, we're not just playing a game. We're stepping into our nightmares again, willingly. And maybe, just maybe, that's the kind of horror we've all been waiting for.